Now it's time to take on this lower treasure room, but do I go for that chest first? No matter which I go for, I'm going to be here for a while. Now, here's, although Luna, 18. Huh, your magic is a lot lower than it was the last time I reset. It was 20 then. That probably put your berserks... Oh, they're both 18? That's weird. Last time I attempted this chapter, they were 20 and 21, so I must have got pretty lucky with their stats here. It doesn't really change all that much, though. Their berserk staff still have very long range, and they still... 15 crit, that's... You've got more than enough luck to survive that. And they still have very high hit rates against low resistance people. So yeah, can you imagine how much of a bloodbath this would have been if I didn't have Restore Staffs? This is why having, having 2 Restore Staff users in this chapter is amazing. One of you, yeah, you have a door key, but I'm not going to go for the door key just yet. I kind of like Garrick to kill one of the druids, but I don't have any ranged swords. So I may have to use Ewan after all. Alternatively, Garrick could go down here and use his Armor Slayer on the armors up here. Still gotta be careful, because I don't want to fail the chapter now. I've already been through a lot, and it would be amazing if this ended up being successful because of what just happened. The ridiculous, me having to make up a completely new plan on the fly thing that happened. I guess Ross could go down here too to try and fight these guys. Cormac will stay around the throne room. Somebody also needs to take the member card. Ephriam will also stay around the throne room. And yeah, the cool thing about these druids is you can lure them to the walls here. The walls here are only 1 thick, so... You know, I wonder if you could have done this earlier and that would stop them from using their berserk staves. I'm guessing not. I'm guessing they prioritize berserk. You know what? Given the AI in this game, they probably do prioritize attacking. And thank you for your nice chunk of experience there. 20 speed and 20 luck. Nice. And Ewan's going to be ready to promote soon. Funnily enough, he's going to be fighting the same things that he'll be being soon when he's promoted. Don't know if I really need Joshua back here, but I guess I'll send him back regardless. Tebby's needs some healing. Let's go ahead and do that. We only got Teddy's recently, but she's really putting in a lot of work for having only joined a chapter ago. Dances are always useful. Yeah, I guess I'll send Rennick up here to get that chest. Yeah, Amelia's healed. Ross seems healed. Lute's healed. Tana could use 1 point of healing. Because I do want to get Natasha promoted. Because we're approaching the point in the game where having a bishop is going to be very, very, very useful. One more level too, which you'll definitely get in the next chapter, so yeah. Next chapter is going to be a pretty big one. Still not sure what I'm going to do about it in terms of Ephraim's route, because I was going to mainly show it on Erica's. Gonna need to heal Ephraim soon, but... You there! Would you be interested in a magic duel? And of course, in a magic duel, going first with Nosferatu is a bad thing, because it means you don't get the healing, even if you do hit. So I should be able to finish this guy off next turn. But yeah, the Druid sprite right there is a preview of what Ewan will look like eventually, except much more bright and colourful. So yeah, this is a Seas chapter, but I'm going to just go and get all the chests, because there's some pretty decent loot here. Also, obviously, there is something that I need to show with that member card. Not quite there. Oh, and that makes up for the red gem that I didn't get in the last chapter. Okay, Yeah, I probably need to go ahead and trade you the member card. The spear might be helpful too. So, savor this music at this point, because there's not really that much that's going on here. I do really like the design of Grotto Castle in terms of just, like, how it looks. It looks pretty awesome. Okay, so let's get ready. Pretty sure none of them move, but I don't want to find out the hard way. And I just healed the wrong person, but it's fine. I probably wanted the extra experience anyway. We're not going to open that door. Well, I mean, actually, I could open this door, like, right now if I wanted to. I sort of want Cormag to get the experience from that Shaman. Or maybe not. Let's go for Amelia. There are stairs in here, but I'm pretty sure there aren't any reinforcements. One shot would have been nice, but oh well. I'm wondering if Amelia can even hurt Vigard at all. He's got, like, 22 defense and is on a throne. But at least he doesn't have a pretty high crit rate like the boss of Erica's chapter 14. Oh, 21 defense, close enough. +3. Yeah, she's not going to be able to hurt him, but if I do have that heavy spear... Right, okay! Those stairs do something. Physic... I guess these are the Heal the Emperor people. Thankfully, neither of them have Berserk Staves. Glad for that. You know what? We have more than enough people here to fight off these enemies. This is going to be fine. I mean, Thunder hurts Cormag quite a bit, but provided that I take out a lot of these guys, it shouldn't be that bad. This might even be enough to push Cormag towards promotion level. I wonder if I should go after the Nosferatu guy first. I want to do as much damage to him as possible, though, because of the fact that he might be healing 9. This is kind of a cool proximity-triggered reinforcement trap thing, but these enemies are not much of a threat. If they were gonna be really, really jerkish, they could have sent Berserk. They could have put Berserk Staves on those two priests, but doesn't look like they'll be doing that here. You're Lunar, aren't you? Okay. Crit 13. Your luck is definitely good enough for that. Attack 9. Yeah, I can safely leave the Rachel around here. Thankfully, you don't have any crit rate. Wasted experience, but I need to clear out these guys. Oh, right, now the Rachel's not even going to be in range at all. It works out even better for me. Obviously, you want to take care of those priests before fighting the Emperor, but... I mean, it's not like they're really going to survive another turn, considering I've got Cormag around here. You are not getting very much magic or skill for me. Guess that's the theme of my healers on this route. Alright, I was going to send you down to... why am I sending her down there? Well, it should be kind of obvious, but in this chest we have... Angelic Robe. And now it is time for these guys to all be horribly slaughtered. I am so sorry. Okay, good, that's a nice level. Okay, that makes up a bit for some of your earlier level ups. I kind of want Garrick to get both of them. Don't really need that. Loot is going to be useful in the next chapter, though. Suppose I could do this, though. Yeah, next chapter is going to end up being the one where everyone promotes. There's usually a chapter in most Fire Emblem games that tends to be the one where people all promote for me. And nice use of one use left fire when that was the only use I needed. could have Joshua fight this guy, but I kind of want Garrett to get the experience. I'm a bit worried about those stairs as well, because there was one reinforcement trap here, and there might easily be another. Oh, new one's up there. I thought you'd be doing that. And I thought you'd be doing that. Thankfully, you have no chance of critting. Speaking of people who aren't going to be that useful in the next chapter, mounted characters are really going to suffer, so Emilia's going to be kind of, yeah, in terms of movement for the next chapter. Cormac, on the other hand, he's going to be pretty amazing there. Okay, I might have Emilia do this. The main logic behind this is that Emilia's not going to be able to get some experience off the boss, whereas Cormac can, because he can actually damage him. So, yeah, this may be the only experience Emilia ends up getting here. Okay, that's good, because D rank in Swords is not really that useful, but C rank gives you access to a lot of good things. Well, mainly killing edges. I'm so sorry, but you were going to heal the already dead Emperor. So, let's just stop you from doing that. Should mention that Ephriam does have a special boss conversation. And of course, Regenleif is also, but yeah, Vigard is very, very powerful. It might even be a major threat to Emilia. Might not be a good idea to use her against him anyway. But unlike Carlisle, he does not have a very high crit rate, so at least you don't need to worry about that. Or evasion. I mean, he is still on a throne. Actually, 64 avoid is not bad for a general. Definitely not bad for a general. But it's mainly his raw physical power that's the threat here. Suppose I can get a little bit of extra experience here. I might need to worry about my healing stars though, because I just realized we're going to the next chapter back-to-back from this one, and there is a vendor in that chapter though, but for Ephraim's route, you don't start off that close to it. On Erica's, you start off pretty much right next to it. Getting a bit of experience for Garrick here. Now I just have to get Cormac. Why am I calling Rennet Cormac? I have no idea why. But anyway, I need to get him all the way back down here, which is going to take a while. I might even end up cutting ahead. Yeah, I kind of want Garrick to take out the Shaman, so I'm just going to leave everyone else where they are. Also, see this spot here? Yeah, this little dead-end corner is a little suspicious. So, with our members card in hand, let's head to the secret shop. So hi again, Anna, or this might be one of her sisters, considering that this is... Well, actually, it's kind of close to Johanna, but still, it's in another part of the country. Anyway, this has, I believe, the exact same inventory as Erica's chapter 14. So, Silver Blade, Killing Edge, Killer Lance, Battle Axe, like, pretty much all the same stuff. What I want is a couple of Physics Staves. They're very expensive, though. And I might as well get another Killing Edge. And considering how many good Lance users I have, a few Killer Lances might not be bad. I do have a red gem as well. Silver Blade, I'm not going to go for that just yet, because we're actually going to be getting another one for free in the next chapter. So yeah, you'll see why then. So, after I unlock this door, which I'm going to do with a trade, I just really hope there isn't a reinforcement trap in this. I don't like that crit rate. I don't like that crit rate at all. I'm going to go for this just for safety's sake. Yes, I know this isn't going to kill, but Garrick will be able to finish it without worrying about the 4% critical rate. Because his HP is just low enough that that much damage would kill him. Oh, that's 100, I don't need to worry at all. Yeah, let's go for the Iron Blade then. And overkill. He was the one who had the low percent crit. So this guy does drop a chest key, but it's the only one, so you do need a thief to get all the chests down here. Fortunately, we actually get a thief in this chapter, though it's going to take forever for him to get down there. So, let's see what we do here. Yeah, let's just finish off this priest, I'm so sorry. And get ready to hear this for a while, unless there's another reinforcement trap. 7 crit! Yeah, I kind of mentally took back my words when I said that his crit rate isn't that high, because 17. Because that's got 5 crit behind it. Fortunately, I happen to have a lot of people with very high luck, so... Ewan has exactly enough luck to not get criticals. I don't like the chance of Cormag getting critical there, so... I also don't like completely annihilating the boss. Let's see how much he does to Ewan. Let's just see. That's not a one-shot, so I might leave it at that then. Oh, I really wanted Cormac to be the one to do this, but I guess he could, but I don't like that crit rate at all. Guess bad luck is one of Cormac's main weaknesses. And of course, we get the powerful foe theme here. But he is obviously eerily silent. The general lance throwing animation always feels like it was missing a few frames to me. Oh yeah, by the way, being a general, this guy has great shields, so... There was a reinforcement trap. I had a feeling there would be, but they're not going to be a threat to us. We've already got a few people down there. I should have used Mend. Actually, wait, I don't need to use Mend. I can just do this.
Okay, even if Ewan misses, he's still going to be able to... Are you guys... Yeah, you'll... Okay, one of you is Luna, one of you isn't. Not a one-shot. That is a one-shot, and a pretty good hit rate too. So I'll go for that. I was terrified for a second that I'd end up missing that and he'd die, but thankfully that was not to be. There's also probably why I want to ignore this area for at the start of the map, because you probably don't want to have to deal with a couple of extra reinforcements. Alright, it was up for a level, good. So that one's around 19 now. No speed, but at least your speed is better than it is on Erica's route. And Victorious theme is back again. I'm going to be hearing it for a while, because Renek's going to have to slowly make his way down to the chests. While you slowly make your way here to give us the heavy spear. Just nothing. Oh, hey, she actually can do something with the steel lance, but it's a really awful hit rate. So obviously, Vigard having a lot of defense, being on a throne, is very susceptible to being boss abused. So if you want to do that, go ahead. But I'm not going to do that. Well, if I can help it. I thought so. He only needs to survive one more turn in order to level up to level 20. Oh, more of them. That's also good because more experience for Garrick. Except Garrick can't one-shot that one. Actually, Loot needs this a bit more. Except the problem with Loot is that she has weapon trial disadvantage, so she can't effectively kill these things. You know, I probably should have had Garrick attack the Nosferatu one, not Luna. Joshua's still reliably getting criticals even when he's not using a killer weapon. I still don't like that. Even though, like, it's a 4% of a less than 10%, so it's almost a non-existent chance of it happening. I still really, really don't like it. Interesting how there's a different tile on the battle screen for chests, but the chest looks oddly squashed there. And now I don't have a risk of being crit. Still, like, it's a really minuscule chance, but given me, it could happen. Okay, that's very good. He's getting back on track now. Growth rates do tend to average out eventually, unless they're loot speed. Oh, obviously I need to heal you. was almost going to end my turn there, but that would have been really disastrous. Are you? Oh, you already have a B rank. I guess I could try for Tana fighting the Emperor. It's probably going to end badly for her, but at least she has no chance of getting criticals. Another kind of pointless level up. Let me just check something. How heavy is that heavy spear? That's very heavy! The guard may actually double her if he equips that. I want to check, but it's very possible that he could. This is going to result in a level up regardless. In fact, 1 experience is all Ewan can even get at this point, so it doesn't matter whether he hits or not. There you go. Level 20 Ewan. Didn't think he'd be my first level 20, but okay. More of them. Still, more experience for Garrick, which is good. Okay, let me quickly check this. I'm sure. She doesn't actually get doubled? That's better than I expected, actually. It's a lot better than I expected. I'm gonna just have her do that, actually. Like I said, it's a lot better than I expected. You have even more HP. Okay, loot actually does kill you, so... And you get one shot with an iron axe. I wonder how long these reinforcements last for. It's probably only 3. Not quite a one shot. I still really, really, really don't want him to get crit. And now Garrick actually has to kill this. Well, Joshua could do it too. But he is going to kill this guy, obviously. I'm glad there were reinforcements. It's a chance for Garrick to get more experience. I was expecting to just cut all the way to when Rennek was down the bottom part of the map, but there were actually some enemies to fight. I suppose Natasha can go for the heal now. Okay, let's see if she actually hits. Like I said, this guy does have great shields. Hey, she hit, that's good. More of them! And now Luke is actually kind of in danger. Okay, Garrick does one-shot this guy, so that's fine. And Ross one-shots this guy, which is also fine. I mean, surely that should be the last of them. Rennek's not even here yet. At least he's giving me something to do while he's getting here. I think at this point, I'm just gonna try and beat the guard right now, because there's no real reason dragging it out any longer. Although I might wait a little bit just to get all those chests first. Let me just check what turn it is. 21, wow! Most of them probably spent down here getting these chests. Okay, right, those reinforcements are over. That's fine. So, first chest is... Guiding Ring. Perfect, considering that we just got a mage to level 20. Although we did find one of those in Erica's chapter 14, so there's a bit of a pattern forming. Next chest is... 10,000 gold! Replace a lot of the money that we spent back in the secret shop, but again, that was also something that we got back in Erica chapter 14. So, most of the same stuff. And finally, chest number 3 is... Hammer and Staff! Once again, something we got in Erica chapter 14. So, pretty much all the same general stuff, and now it's finally time.
This may take more than one turn, but I'm gonna just at least start it now. So there's a special boss conversation here. He gets special boss conversations with both Ephriam and with Dussel. Of course, dramatic irony is that he's lost even more than that. Probably not safe to go for this again, because... Actually, I could still heal Ephriam if this fails, and then use a dancer to retreat the healer. Also, Ephriam is in range of Tana's support at this point, I think. Yeah. Might as well go for this then. Okay, one hit. I'm gonna need to heal Ephriam and then get the healer away. Ah, dang it! Great shield! Everyone's nemesis. Okay, you don't even have mend. I'm sure I need to use mend here, so... And now I need to use my dancer to get you out of the way. So I don't want to lose this late in. Now it should be time. There we go. And, yep, absolutely no dialogue from him. It's a bit of a waste of experience, but he is gone, and it's kind of fitting that Ephriam did it. Also, as you'll quickly see in this coming cutscene, Ephriam dealing the final blow to Vigard is canon. Like, complete set-in-stone canon. You'll see why soon. Natasha's almost ready to promote, actually. This is... Actually, wait a minute. I might stall this out one more turn if I'm not able to, just to make sure that... Because then I'd be able to promote Natasha right at the start of the next chapter. Not quite there. Yeah, I'm going to have to... Anyone here even slightly damaged, though? No. That's really, really annoying. I guess I have to wait to promote Natasha. So, I'm going to go ahead and seize this throne, and get ready for lots of cutscenes. He probably is. Unfortunately, it's going to be bad for you when you find out. And so, it's this version of Leon. So, remember that thing that Mer was talking about earlier, when she said that someone could change completely? I think we're seeing why Leon keeping the Darkstone on his person at all times was a very bad thing. That's kind of the complete opposite of the truth. We also know this isn't entirely true either. He actually wanted his father back. Now, if you remember all the way back to the prologue when Renee's fell, you could see Leon's sprite there just before the screen faded out. So this actually has been foreshadowed. He's clearly just trying to make him angry at this point. Well, we did know about Grotto, though it was kind of obvious considering where the war originated. So we just have Renee's and Rouston left. Well, that was strange. That definitely sounds like what Mia was describing earlier. Like I said, probably a bad idea to keep the Darkstone on you at all times. But let's see who we have in the cells. So, this guy, it's kind of interesting. He is known for having terrible luck in universe. So, when you unlock the door to his cell, he assumes that his execution has been moved up. You'll see why I mentioned that once you see, well, him having a unique portrait. It's pretty obvious that he's going to be playable. But yes, this is the second semi-Ephriam route exclusive character, even though he doesn't join until the very end of it. So really, you don't get him any earlier on this route than you do on Erica's. This is Noel. Well, probably because the other researcher in Arcane Matters is someone that we know of, and who wanted to get rid of witnesses. Probably not. And this is when Ephraim's finally finding out. And this is why I mentioned before that Ephriam killing the boss is actually canon in that chapter. Unique as in very, very dark and probably a bad idea to play with. So yet another mention of the title drop. Unfortunately, using something dark and evil to save lives rarely ends well in fantasy fiction. And he finally did it. But this is something that we didn't know before. So the Darkstone is not actually the Sacred Stone of Grotto, it's half of it. Well, he's back in one sense of the word. But using this kind of thing to raise the dead is generally not going to bring them back in a way that you probably like. And that was when the first Sacred Stone was destroyed. Obviously, Leon wasn't really himself at that point already. All to destroy just one stone. We remember Father McGregor being mentioned earlier. On this route, we finally learn his eventual fate. He's dead. Thankfully, we got here in time. And we remember this place from that scene just then. But what's in those two chests? Well, we got 2 legendary weapons on Erica's route, now it's time to get the ones for Ephriam's route. Unfortunately, the ones on Erica's route are definitely better than these ones. This is kind of interesting. This implies that Grotto would have been a hybrid dark magic and axe user, which is kind of cool. Can imagine him being something of a good counterpart class of Garons and Fates. Well, thankfully I didn't destroy these. Kind of weird, you think they would have used them against us if they had their backs to the wall? And yeah, also, why didn't they destroy these? Unless what part of Leon still remains managed to avoid destroying these because he thought they'd be useful to us. Yeah, that's what I thought. So we get Gleipnir. Sacred Twin Dark Tome, very powerful, but here's the annoying thing about this thing. Not only 20 weight, which is kind of stupid, but this weapon is not effective against monsters, unlike all of the others. So that makes it really, really not that great. I mean, it's good if you want a lot of damage, but still. Garm, though, is, however, effective against monsters. This one actually is pretty good. Might 20, weight 13, which is not bad for an axe, and plus 5 speed as well, which effectively gives it 5 less weight than it has. So, this is a pretty good weapon, especially for people like Ross who have speed issues. Obviously, Ephriam can't use that, so there's no point in him holding on to it. And after all that, it's the generic Freilian Messenger again. We don't have time for that. Yeah, remember Erica's route? Remember how that ended? Things are about to join up. So, Erica's under attack by 2 generals who don't realize at this point their emperor is dead and they have no reason to continue fighting. Well, I mean, Volta obviously would still fight anyway. Yeah, we're gonna have to get there. And so, with that, we end Ephriam's route. The next chapter will be Scorched Sand in both routes, but I'm going to be showing it for Erica's, just because our conversation with 2 of the bosses are going to be very different in light of events that we know of only on Erica's route. So, I might show some extra footage from Ephriam's, just showing everyone promoting, most likely, and also showing the different boss conversations on his, and just how the map differs on his route, because there are some differences. But next time, I'll be doing Scorched Sand Erica's route, so see you then. I guess Noel technically joins now, so I'll give his bio here. Noel is, technically speaking, the second Ephriam semi-exclusive character, the other being Dussel. The issue is, like I mentioned in the actual video, Noel joins at the end of Ephriam's Chapter 14. When does he join on Erica's route? Around the start of Chapter 15. So really, Noel doesn't actually gain much playtime on this route unless you're going to go to the tower or skirmishes for grinding. So in a way, Noel, unlike Dacel, doesn't really get anything special from Ephriam's route. Another very weird thing about Noel is that in the game's data, these are his actual base stats, and he has a base level of 9. However, he always gets one auto level, meaning that he joins at level 10, and thus his actual base stats are slightly random. I really have no idea why they did this. I feel like they should have just given him to you at level 10 and adjusted his base stats accordingly. So, all that aside, let's actually talk about this guy. Noel is... If you don't make Ewan a shaman, he is the only dark magic user you have access to during the main story. But he joins pretty weak for this point in the game. And while he has good growths in magic resistance, has a decent amount of skill and kind of okay HP for a magic user, he has mediocre speed and practically non-existent luck and defense. So let's talk about Noel's luck a bit. Its base is 0 and he has a 20% growth. Until Arthur in Fates existed, Noel was, I'm pretty sure, the single unluckiest playable character in the series. Normally I maintain that luck isn't a very important stat in Fire Emblem, but when you have a luck stat this low, it actually does hurt you. It means Noel will live in constant fear of being randomly criticaled. Even enemies without killer weapons are likely to have crit rates against him. And when your defense is this terrible, you're unlikely to survive a critical hit. It also means that his evasion is going to be practically non-existent, and even his accuracy might suffer a bit since luck influences that slightly. There's an item that we'll be getting in Chapter 15 that negates the chance of criticals towards someone. I find that anytime I use Noel, I have to give him that. Noel does average well in magic and resistance, but personally I've never really liked him all that much. I just find it hard to get past that abysmal luck and defense. And guess what? Noel is the last unpromoted character that we get, so this is the last time I'm gonna have to go over promotion options. It's kinda sad, but anyway, his promotion options are Druid and Summoner. I've already gone over both of these classes in Ewan's bio. Basically, Druid is much better for combat, but Summoner gives you some utility. Both classes give pretty great promotion bonuses to speed, which helps Noel's kinda mediocre speed growth a little bit. Personally though, almost every time I use Noel, I make him a summoner. Reason being, he's never going to be that great of a combat unit, so we might as well give him some utility use. Like all summoners, Noel has different growth rates on his phantoms than anyone else. In his case, his phantoms have very balanced stats all around, and hilariously are a lot luckier than he is. Having high luck on a phantom is actually not a bad thing, as it means that if they spawn with a devil axe, they have less chance of backfiring with it. I like these more balanced phantom stats personally over Ewan's much more power-focused phantom stats, so that's something Noel has going for him. Druid does give better combat ability, though there are far better offensive magic users in this game, so I'd say Summoner is the way to go, if only because it gives Noel at least some niche to his name. Ross is... What is it with these axe users and hitting low percents so far? I mean, thankfully it's never been in any situation where someone's at risk of dying. Yeah, like I said, I don't want Garrick to be taking too much damage here. And thankfully the Wormslayer is going to not nerf his evasion. Not that evasion is his real strong suit, but... he has been getting some pretty weird level ups lately. No strength for all of them, I think. Okay, the axe had better not hit him. The steel axe, I mean. It's not likely, but with how lucky they've been getting, it could still happen. Or it could go for Ephriam. And hey, it's a 0. Now we have both a Sword Reaver and a Sword Slayer. And hey, no experience bar because he's already level capped. I thought you'd do that. Oh, of course you do that! Yes, you know the day will come when you get hit by a 29 under true hit. Of freaking course. What the hell is up with my luck in this playthrough?